First fan question. Who wins in a fist fight, Zack Snyder or Teddy?
I beat the shit out of Zack Snyder.
He's got guns, man. He works out.
So do I.
Yeah, I mean,
I beat Aaron in a
I think
race.
it'd be a...
Barely.
I saw the footage again. I smoked you.
Yeah, Nash did a good job selling that.
If I had better form, I would have got it.
This man was leaping like it was a long jump.
Sick action shot, though.
It was a good race. What's next? 100 meter?
You scared to race me? You were scared
Pacer
to race me
test?
down the mountain the other day.
I think I beat you.
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's do the
Not
pacer
a-
test.
What?
Pacer test.
Pacer test?
Whoever goes the longest.
We'll
You know how
both. We'll
miserable
literally
that would be?
both be dead.
Dude, that was like my greatest skill.
Pacer
in
test?
my athletic prime. Shit like that. It's like something that doesn't really require talent. It's more about will.
Endurance,
How long
yeah.
can you just stay up and keep running?
Yeah, you always had that one fucking kid though who like everyone else was done, but had to keep going for some reason. Just
Yeah,
showing
pass the
off.
bell. Yeah.
No, once I hit the mark, I was done. I wasn't trying to set records. I wasn't a show off.
Elementary school rafters, Teddy's pacer test.
No, that's my pacer test. Even in
I'll
this
take it.
fantasy, you give Teddy the fucking
I'll take it.
Lindenhurst Wall of Fame.
That makes me look better though. 'Cause
Well,
I lost to like a legend.
Yeah, you lost to a world-class athlete.
You did lose to an all-county football player,
I did.
even though I heard there were some strings being pulled.
That never happened.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I'm Bo Oliver, joined here today with Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy, and we are back to talk about the world of movies, TV, and video games.
40-yard dash champion.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be talking about the Snyder Cut because you haven't watched it yet, but that would have been nice to get our... I want to talk about it. That's the thing.
You already reviewed it.
I've got some more thoughts.
Yeah.
I want to review it again. It's a 4-hour movie.
Thursday. It'll be done by Thursday.
Okay. Do Thursday. Yeah, like I said, movies, TV, video games. Listen to this podcast. Watch it on YouTube and iTunes and Spotify and Google Podcasts. Follow us at Nerd Soup Monkey, Teddy Nerd Soup, and make sure you share this.
Will that crack be in the audio? I didn't expect the crack right there.
That knuckle crack?
Yeah. Did you hear it?
Yeah, no. Actually, I would like to tell you guys, stop doing that. Stop
hear that?
cracking your knuckles. Oh, yeah.
I do want... I didn't get it.
You're like, hold on.
I see what I got. No?
I can't crack my neck.
Yeah, a lot of good stories here. Godzilla Kong. Been calling it Kong versus Godzilla for the past 8 months.
It's not?
No, it's Godzilla versus Kong.
It's fucked up.
There's gotta be
reviews are
something
coming
in the
out.
title.
Pretty good.
Why is Godzilla first? Longer name?
I think Kong vs. Godzilla sounds better.
I think
Yeah,
so
that's
too.
why I just thought that that's what it was. Guess I'm just hearing things differently.
Mm-hmm.
Zack Snyder not going to be making a sequel. That's unfortunate. Put some water on that fire.
Never thought you'd hear that. Hear
Yeah.
Bo say something like
That's
that.
weird. I mean, when, like the
I know,
cliffhanger,
right? That was totally genuine, too. I wasn't even being ironic.
when Jon Stewart comes and hangs out with Hal Jordan with Batman, I thought like that was... I'm joking.
At that point, you gotta... If Idris Elba's gonna show up for the fucking extended edition, you gotta bring him back for the official sequel.
I'm letting you both know if any of that happens.
Then he had Black Adam. Like, how are you just gonna tease The Rock?
Listen, Jaden Smith is Static Shock was bold and brave casting. Yeah, no,
great.
we've got other...
That'd be a great casting.
Not a lot of stories here to talk about. Just some news that we've
Needs
talked
to be
about
said.
in the past. Yeah, it's an easy, nice... Get straight to fan questions, you know?
I like that route.
You get 40 minutes of us talking about this nonsense. But yeah, the first story, Godzilla vs. Kong. Early reviews. No score on Rotten Tomato, but the embargo has been lifted for critics. So we've seen, I'm sure you guys have seen them as well, the critic reviews on Twitter floating
Yes.
around the old timeline. And it
What are you
seems
looking
that...
at?
No, you haven't.
That's like, yes, of course. I follow several critics.
Very, very credible sources.
Apparently it's good.
That's
Most people are
encouraging.
liking it. Most people are saying that it's fun. More of the same problems with the previous movies, but the strengths are kind of better.
I mean, that's good. That's why we're showing up, right? We don't really care about the side characters they try to develop. You want to see Godzilla and Kong go at it. That's exciting. I mean, I didn't hate the last one. I thought the stuff with like the humans was kind of whack, but when it came down to Godzilla fighting these monsters, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Team Kong, everyone knows that. Everyone should be. So if you're rooting for Godzilla, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I think it's just going to be a fun movie where I don't know. Are you going to the movies for this, or are you HBO Maxing it?
When does this come out?
The 31st?
Of this month?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to the movies for this.
When does Shrek 2 come out in theaters?
Is it going to be Shrek 2?
I'm pretty sure it is,
They're
yeah.
putting it back in theaters, right?
Yeah, to catch Avatar.
I wanted Shrek 2 to be the first movie I saw in theaters, but if it has to be Kong vs. Godzilla, then that's what it has to be.
Not a bad alternative.
You're going to do a slushy and a large popcorn.
Where do they go from this? This is kind of your big draw, right? This is the end of the
There's going to be a winner in
Godzilla
this one.
Kong franchise.
They said there's going to be a definitive winner, and it's going to be Kong.
I can't imagine there's going to be a definitive winner.
They said there
Because
was.
they're going to fight the Mecha Godzilla. That's what they're setting up. So Mecha Godzilla, his origins have changed over the years. He's gone from human creation to alien robot.
Mm.
So you have some avenues to go down here.
Wait, so is it
Maybe
Godzilla?
a combination of both.
Is
And
it
then-
Godzilla hitting the gym, or is it a different Godzilla?
No, it's a different. It's like I said, it's either an alien robot Godzilla. Not as cool, I don't think. I don't like that one. I don't like that origin.
Alien robot?
Or Mecha Godzilla, a deterrent. Man-made giant robot Godzilla meant to counter Godzilla.
Oh, shit.
So that's your bigger jaws. I mean, you need to see them team up.
Yeah, where?
As much as I want to see them fight, I want to see them go back to back. I mean,
Well, we've seen like Batman definitively beat Superman in BVS.
yeah, I guess.
He was gonna kill him.
I don't know if they're going to be able to. The definitive win with monsters means that the other one's dead.
No, like Kong has him, and you know.
You think Mothra's going to come and separate them?
Kong has Godzilla like you had
He's
that
on the
guy
ropes.
at Rock.
Tell that
I
story.
can't say that, huh? I forgot I can't say that.
Yeah, Kong. You know, if Kong has Godzilla on his back, he's ready to pound him, punch him in the face, and just lets him know, like, hey, I'm daddy.
Yeah, you're my bitch.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
like,
he
oh
says,
shit!
"All right,
Look,
get
big
up."
metal Godzilla. We gotta go fight him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't love that, though.
And then the next one,
Because either way, you're going to have half of your audience disappointed. So, like, my guy gets the shit kicked out of him, and then Kong's like, get up, I actually need your help for this. You idiot.
yeah, but then the next movie,
We're not friends, I'm just your superior. I'm the alpha here.
the next movie we see what happened though. Godzilla tripped.
Oh,
And that's
Godzilla
why-
through the fight?
Yeah,
Godzilla knew that if Kong didn't have this win, he never would have been able to
Yeah.
defeat Mecha Godzilla.
exactly.
Yeah. I like
Wow, Zilla's
that. He's smart.
So who really won?
The fans.
in the end. At the end of the day, the world.
Kong better win though.
No, but Kong better kill him. Well, as we all know, I think Zilla's going to pull this one out. I mean, we've seen multiple public figures come out and say the logic's on Godzilla's side, history's on Godzilla's
Like who?
side. Multiple public figures, I would say. I'm not going to just name drop all the public figures.
Well, they're
that
public figures.
Can you give me one public figure that said it? You don't want to get into specifics.
Yeah, I don't want to get into things. Kevin Durant would be one of them. Kevin Durant, he knows all about competition.
Yeah, 'cause
Many battles.
He hasn't been playing.
Yeah, he would have joined. He's gonna join Kong and Godzilla.
He could pick a winner, and he picked Godzilla. I'm happy that it's getting good reviews.
Definitely.
That's all I can really say at this time
I was seeing it regardless.
until I speak to my lawyers. All right, let's move on to the next story here. We have Zack Snyder confirms his Justice League will not get a sequel. And actually, I don't remember her name, but she's been trending on Twitter all day because she just came out and said, yeah, we're not doing a sequel. She is the president of Warner Media. She was asked several questions about the future of DC movies, one of them about a possible sequel to the Snyder Cut, and another question about a possible David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, to which she just flat out said, we are not working on a David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Next question.
Thank you. There's a
We
difference.
knew that this was coming.
Yeah.
Some blowback. To every great historical event, there's always
Something to demise it or ruin it.
yeah, there's debris.
Look, I so totally support directors being able to get their vision out there.
Oh God.
But at the same time, like, the situation around the Snyder Cut was completely different than Ayer's. Obviously, there's studio interference, but that happens all the time. So we're going to go back and re-release every fucking movie that's a studio ever put their hands on? I feel bad for him, but at the same time, what he shot and like wasn't good. He still made those scenes and put them in his movie. It wasn't like he got cut and someone else came in and added shit. So his vision, it might not have been edited the same way. He might not have been completely allowed to put what he wanted to put in, but the shit that he did direct and put in was fucking awful.
It's also with Snyder, like you said, it's a different situation. We know that he didn't get the chance to finish his vision. David Ayer chose to play the good company man by saying, "This is my cut. This is the Ayer cut. The theatrical cut is my cut. I didn't need any more time.
He put his stamp on it.
Don't want it." Right, and now over the last few years, he's been playing the victim. So the momentum's not there for it either.
Oh, it's trending on Twitter right now.
It's trending on Twitter, but I think it's more of a gimmick. I think the fans who really wanted the Snyder cut wouldn't mind seeing a longer cut of Suicide Squad, but it's just not as important. Justice League is different. When you come out and you shit the bed with a movie full of icons, the movie that's supposed to be the movie, the DC movie, it's different. You're going to get a cult of... I mean, Snyder already had his cult going strong before this whole debacle. So like you said, the situations... It's a miracle that the Snyder Cut exists. This Ayer movie, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't do as well. No one wants this besides the hardcore DCEU fans.
I mean, I'd
and they're
watch
already
it.
working on a movie with the same actors, and it's basically a soft reboot.
Was the Snyder Cut, like we said earlier, I didn't watch it yet, just a quick answer. Was the Snyder Cut good enough to get a sequel? Like, because I know we posed the question, is it going to get a sequel? And we said that if it's good enough, it will. Do you guys think that it was good enough to get a sequel?
If it came out in 2017, Zack Snyder, like, let's just say he got to finish the movie and it came out, I think it would have gotten a sequel.
Right.
But then again, you still have the problems with Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
But
Well, the plan was to shoot back to back. So, I mean, the thing is, the Snyder Cut works so well as a 4-hour movie. I don't know. It's so hard to imagine what this alternate reality would be where this movie is finished. We don't know what his finished 2017 Part 1 version would look like.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have been 4 hours, obviously.
Or if you'd still even have these actors. I wonder if these actors would have stayed if he would.
No, but the actors were all there on set, so they were
Yeah.
filming this movie. Now, I'm talking about the reality where they just finish it. We just don't know what it is. But in terms of like, does this movie that does exist deserve a sequel? I think it's gonna happen. I really do. I mean,
Eventually.
I would like to see it happen because I am a big fan of the cliffhanger, and I think it leaves the door wide open. It's this really weird mixture of a satisfying conclusion, but the door's still open.
Okay.
I think it would make sense for them to do it. I mean, they're already doing it. They're already making 17 movies about each character and each operating in different worlds. Why not? Doesn't hurt.
Fuck it, right? Just do it.
And he mentioned that their plan now is to consider the 2017 movie canon and build off from there, but the endings aren't that different. Like, Aquaman still makes sense coming out after the Snyder Cut, wouldn't you agree? Wonder Woman 84 doesn't change whatsoever. That's not
It's
a
like a
continuity
flashback
issue
movie.
there.
I mean, kind of. When you think about all that shit happening 20 years before this movie came out, like in their own setting.
Yeah, but there's nothing that
Right,
the Snyder
yeah.
Cut, it's like, well, that just doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, Wonder Woman was in Tahiti during the 80s in the Snyder Cut. They didn't do anything like that.
Right. Maybe the water, how they communicate in Atlantis, but...
But that was already an issue with
Yeah.
the original Justice League.
Right.
But my point is, if they're making other movies to build off with these characters, you can use either movie as canon. It doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, it all depends on what you want to reference, I guess. Because, yeah, the characters are still kind of the same at the end of each movie, but there's more characterization in the Snyder Cut. But you can just use that.
Doesn't it say a lot though that he is able to see what went wrong with the first Justice League, and he can fix on what was wrong, because it wasn't. They did do reshoots for a long time, didn't they? And they could have just fixed what was wrong in the first Justice League. Like, this wasn't there wasn't 2 movies and they picked 2017 one.
Right. No, yeah, it is amazing how he was able to, like you said, identify those mistakes.
Yeah.
Really just get rid of a lot of that stuff that wasn't his. And then be able to, with this $75 million reshoot budget, to come away with a film that feels like a complete division. It's, like I said, it's a fucking miracle.
Right, to know like what spots went wrong, like what they did wrong, how to catch a feeling in a scene, and to just do it over again and do it right.
Yeah.
Says a lot about him too.
And the stuff they set up with the villain and Darkseid's presence, I would like to see that explored in a sequel.
Yeah, it's just tough because all these other projects are happening and moving forward, and it's a bit of a mess. So I don't know.
But it's already a mess.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
how does it get messier than what we just got through this past weekend?
Get a sequel to the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like, throwing more fire on a burning building. The building's coming down. Doesn't matter. Start drawing on the
Make
walls.
more money out of it.
Right, yeah.
Milk this thing for what it's got.
Yeah, just I thought you'd be excited about this, you being a big Snyder guy.
I said I would like to see it. I said in the review I want more from this world, but I just don't know if Zack doesn't want to do it. Ben Affleck is already
Zack wants to do it.
maybe he wants to move on. He's been how many years has his life been consumed by this?
In a matter of a week, he went from I'm not making the sequel to Warner Brothers doesn't want to make the sequel.
Just put the pressure on Warner Brothers, man.
I would love to see it. I just don't know if it's possible. Actually, it is possible.
I didn't think it's
I didn't think the
possible
Snyder
nowadays,
Cut
man.
was possible.
I mean, you're a film studio. You just had a successful launch for the Justice League movie. I think if the marketing's there, I mean, you give them $200 million.
Did any numbers come out yet?
No numbers.
By the time you finish it, you got to think theaters and the world would be, at least back to normal.
Right,
if
that's
not.
the thing. If you start production in next year, the world's going to be back to normal by the time this thing gets out.
Yeah.
I just don't. What do you have to lose? I mean, they seem to lose a lot with some of the movies they make, but that doesn't deter them from throwing another $200 million at $200 million at some random director for some random franchise. Why not do it for something that's already established? I mean, the fans are there and they're
And will make
fucking
money.
crazy.
Well, the numbers are going to speak volumes. The numbers drop and it's looking good. They'll seriously consider it. They have to.
There's money to be made here, and that's the leverage that Snyder will have over them. Obviously, he has a relationship with them. We don't know what type of state that relationship is in because some of the leadership is there where they didn't retain him or they didn't push back the movie to let him finish. So it seems kind of icy right now. Like you said, if the numbers come back and they're good and Zack Snyder gets into a meeting and says, hey, we know where this is going. Like,
Do you like money?
Right. Like, hey, this could make you some money. I think a Justice League sequel could easily make $1 billion at the box office.
What do you think the odds are?
That it happens?
I'd say it's over 50% at this point.
Really?
I do. I just think it makes sense. These days in Hollywood,
I would say it's like 90%. If this is as good as it is, there's zero chance they shy away from making money.
it's also something that
You said there's a 10.
What?
You just said there's a 10% chance they would shy away.
Well, yeah, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I gotta have some money somewhere else.
you could play it safe because everyone knows Justice League. You're coming out. It's going to be coming out in a time, like you said, where people are going to get back into theaters, and you know that the box office is going to still suffer for years to come. So it just seems like a safe gamble.
Seems like a perfect movie to put back into the theaters too. Justice League.
Well, they have to be planning that, right? I mean, the wide release.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is in theaters, but I'm not even sure if it is. I would go see this in IMAX, 100%.
If Godzilla's hitting theaters, then Justice League's hitting theaters.
All right, let's move on to the next story here. We have The Last of Us TV show Season 1 confirmed to adapt the first game. And this is coming straight from the mouth of Neil Druckmann, who was the writer and director of the first two Last of Us games and will serve as
It's bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
as executive producer on the television show.
I love that. I love that he came out and said that because that was one of my worries with this show is that how far away will they stray from the game?
Well, they said they are going to deviate some. There's going to be a lot of like dialogue and stuff from the game in it, but they are going to diverge a bit.
Yeah, but he said it was mostly like, in what I read on the outline, that it's going to be like his color shirt. It's not going to be like anything crazy, right?
Right. Well, no, he said that they're not going to make the effort you have to match every shirt. You have to match every small detail.
I just want the story to be like the game.
Right.
You know.
His quote at the end was, it's funny to see my dialogue go from the game to an HBO script, and sometimes they deviate greatly to much better effect because we're dealing with a different medium. That makes sense. There are just certain limitations, certain things that you can do differently that just makes sense. When you're on set, when you're writing, I mean, scripts always change. You can have a script and you're on set and something else feels like it's going to work better, so they do that instead. You have to make some changes.
Yeah. I don't want a carbon copy, and I think it's different from like book adaptations because
I kind of want a carbon copy. of the game.
But we already have a visual medium that we've witnessed the story on.
Right.
So it's not like you're reading something and then watching it come to life on the big screen. It's a different
That's true,
experience.
Yeah, you want it that it makes sense that we brought it to TV. That there's something there that you can get out of it that you just couldn't from the video game.
You got the actors for it, though.
Right, you've got the cast, and this is kind of what I wanted from a television adaptation. If they're going multiple seasons, so you would imagine 4 or 5 seasons is the average show these days, even longer, you have to fill up some of that space. You have to introduce some side characters and put some more meat on their bones for the audience to chew on. You want to expand the world in ways that the video game didn't have to, because video games are interactive experiences. You are the main character. You are Joel.
Right, and there's different ways you can show a story being told on a video game on TV. Like, say if I'm on a mission where I'm going through this grocery store to try to find something, and the interactions back and forth, when it takes you like a half hour to get through this, and you get some of the story through that interactions, you got to kind of reframe that and kind of put it into something that makes sense on a TV show, where they have that conversation just as a walk and talk, and then there's a big group of zombies that come out, and there's a cool action sequence.
That's one of my questions: is how graphic they'll get.
Oh, it is HBO. Yeah,
yeah. So it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna shy away from any of that stuff. That's part of the appeal.
I also like you did say that they're going multiple seasons. I would love if they go season 1 is Last of Us 1, season 2 is Last of Us 2, and then maybe they go 3 and 4, but they don't keep going with the games. Like, this is where Ellie left off after season 2, and then like we wonder what happens next, but it's going to be the shows, not the games.
Okay, I definitely don't want that, but
you don't. You'd want a game. I loved where they left off with the game. I don't want them to go for
no, because I mean, just reading this article, it's going to be different.
Yeah,
it's not going to be like we watched a show in the books where people would do it with Game of Thrones, where they're kind of just both canon because they were so close. You know, clearly the show's not going to do that. So we're going to have to look at the show and the games as 2 different universes where you have the butterfly effect. There may be characters in the show that are introduced and become fan fucking favorites. You see it all the time that don't even exist in the video game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're on season 3 and you got Joe Schmo and everyone loves him, and he's played by an actor who's now like 1 million followers on Instagram.
It's huge, yeah.
Right. Even narrative things, they're going to be different. I think the game is, it took them 7 years to develop part 2, so part 3, you would think, doesn't come out until maybe after the show is finished. There's a possibility of that.
It would have to, because where did the source material come from the first games, from 1 and 2? Like, was it just made? Did Neil Druckmann just make this game up?
Yeah, no, it's an original story, and that's the thing. He said this. He's
got a vision
for 3,
what he wants.
And you would think that he's going to use that television series may come first. May take precedent.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, and if they manage to find a way to balance both of those franchises. We've seen it done terribly, obviously. So, and some friction can start to develop, but we'll see. But yeah, every new piece of news we get about this is very interesting.
You know what's gonna scare me, dude? When they get what are the big flower guys called? What are those called? The
bloaters.
The bloaters. I'm gonna be. I know for a fact I'm gonna be scared when the bloaters come. Because I was scared playing the game when those guys came around.
Dude, that's what they have to really get right about this show. There's so much important character stuff, but it's the zombies. Because the zombies were so scary. The design of the zombies, the science behind them, like you said, the different mutations, the bloaters, and the crawlers, and just thinking about it, I get
so
chills
excited for the
thinking
show.
of some of those scenes.
When does it come out?
I would imagine next year.
Okay.
Yeah. I think. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for people that didn't get to play the game to experience that world.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a great story, so as long as they adapt it right, I think it's going to be a massive success, I would assume.
Let's hope so. Our next story here is a movie that has been in development for years now. Jamie Foxx's Mike Tyson biopic. Apparently, it's going to be turned into a miniseries, directed by Antoine Fuqua and produced by Martin Scorsese. So, the idea of a Mike Tyson biopic spanning his entire life is very intriguing. And a miniseries makes more sense.
We get that question a lot in fan questions: is what biopic would you like to see? And I never know what to say. And this is a good answer. I would love to see Mike Tyson's life through, like, I wonder if he'll be consulted on it, like, through his eyes, like, retold. Yeah, I know he has a book out.
Well, he even did the Mike Tyson play a few years ago, right?
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure
dude.
it was well received, and I
Oh.
think Spike Lee was involved. Yeah, I think it may have been directed by Spike Lee.
He's had a crazy life.
He's had a crazy life, seriously, and that's the thing. His younger days were probably the craziest part
Well,
of his life.
Success, yeah, man.
Right, getting to that point of, I mean, it was short-lived too, right? His prime was
I think it was like 5 or
an
6 years,
explosive prime. He
Yeah.
just beat the crap out of everyone, but he kind of fell apart.
He's the
And he's-
scariest man on the planet for a while.
maybe. He still is.
Yeah, he still might be the scariest man on the planet. And, just getting into the mind of that man, that's the thing. There's just so much going on with the life and personality of Mike Tyson. So naturally, like you said, it lends itself to being told on television.
Jamie Foxx gonna need to bulk up, huh?
I don't know. Mike Tyson wasn't that big when he was obviously
Kidding me?
big.
He was
wa-
massive.
He wasn't like
He
a
was
heavyweight.
He was.
you know?
He was a heavyweight.
I don't. You know what I'm trying. He wasn't. He didn't look like like Tyson Fury.
Yeah, because he was shorter, but he was fucking.
He was ripped. Yeah, but
stocky as fuck.
Jamie Foxx can get to look like that with a trainer.
I imagine they may use some CGI on his body.
No.
They don't even need it. I mean, he just needs to get cut up. What do you mean? No, they use CGI on Ben Affleck at the end of Snyder Cut.
Yeah, it's different though. Batman isn't real.
Mike Tyson in his prime. Mike Tyson in his prime was 210.
Oh yeah, they use CGI on his body in Batman v Superman too. What'd you say?
Mike Tyson in his prime, he was 210.
Yeah, 210 pounds of 5'9"
Straight
muscle.
muscle. Yeah. I mean, you can get like that with muscle.
Okay, well,
He
besides,
wasn't 6'8", like 300 pounds.
well, they'll have to de-age him if he wants to portray
Yeah.
prime Tyson, and I think they won't have a problem with that. Jamie Foxx is kind of a good-looking dude, and the way that these movies use de-aging technology, Coming to America with Eddie Murphy, where I started to realize, wait a minute, Leslie Jones wasn't in the first Coming to America. This is not a young Eddie Murphy. This is CGI because
Oh.
they did a flashback with Leslie Jones,
Okay.
but it looked so convincing that I thought to myself,
You might as well.
was
be
she
it.
in the 80s? Was she?
Did you see Leslie Jones's commentary on the Snyder Cut?
I saw it trending. I didn't see it though.
Very fucking funny.
Her commentary about Captain America still kills me to this day. When he shows up in Infinity War and she's like, "Oh, he's looking fine as fuck."
Same thing with like Henry Cavill. Just fucking thirsting over him. It was so fucking funny.
She is great.
She called Steppenwolf thick.
I saw a meme about Steppenwolf going around that he's got a fatty.
Yeah.
There have been some good Steppenwolf memes. I like the one about it's toxic. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Sad Steppenwolf is funny. Dude, it's funny, man, because in the movie, I'll spoil this for you, like Darkseid gets on the phone with him and Steppenwolf turns into a bitch real quick, dude. Like,
Really?
starts stripping off his armor. He's on one knee looking up to him. He's pouting. It's so
Jeez.
funny, yeah. Darkseid he's intimidating.
Mm.
Got his shit rocked though. Sorry for the spoiler.
Yeah, I figured.
But yeah. What were we talking about? Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Are we still on Last of Us? No, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, we're on the Mike Tyson topic.
What network is it going to be on?
I don't think they have a network.
Okay.
Produced by nope. Yeah, no, they don't have one.
Yeah, HBO. Hopefully. Netflix, I think, could do a good job with that. It's all about the people in charge, too. It doesn't really matter. But
Mike Tyson better be involved, because if not, then I'm gonna question the whole thing. Did it really happen?
you think Mike remembers what happened?
I don't know, dude. He had a hell of a life.
Well, he's been very open about his life.
He has a book out, about an autobiography. And I heard it's actually really good too.
From who?
There's a podcast I listen to, and they actually read snippets of it, and they go on one story of Mike Tyson driving. It's funny.
May check it out.
You should.
Does he do the narration on Audible?
No.
Thank God. All right, let's move on to our last and final story here. I think we're all excited for the Mike Tyson biopic.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I don't really know much about him, you know?
Exactly.
I'm not that big of a boxing fan, but he's such an icon, so.
He's like a folklore.
Well, boxing was it back then, like in his time. That was like the height of boxing, and we never really experienced that.
Dude, the amount of money that he made and ran through, that I do know about. It just goes to show that you can spend that money if you've got it, man. It's easy to spend money, even if it's in the millions. Talking about millions of dollars, Avatar 2 re-release has made $33 million total. And now they're saying that it may catch Tenet's total box office haul from China, which is pretty outstanding. I mean, a re-release compared to it's already past Mulan. This re-release of Avatar has made more money in China than Mulan.
Different times though. Mulan and Tenet got released like in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah, but for Avatar to come out and put up another like Avengers Endgame,
Bro,
we got to come out for Endgame now.
Avatar's
Their lead is sizable.
Avatar's a heavyweight, man. It's a big body coming out.
I hope Endgame needs to retake this throne.
100%. Yeah.
Why does China like Avatar so much?
I'll go see Endgame as many times as I have to until it.
Hey, I mean, I'm interested to see what Avatar 2 puts up. That's going to be very fascinating for me because I don't expect it to reach 2 billion, but could it fucking strike gold twice?
I mean, apparently China's excited for it. Avatar 2 is going to come out and make like 300 million over there.
Avatar might make 2 billion alone in China.
Sheesh.
I mean, hey, let's keep it going. This rivalry is going to go on probably for the rest of our lives. Avatar versus Endgame, re-release after re-release.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I think Endgame's re-release would put up some big numbers, but yeah, I found that interesting. Especially for, I mean, Mulan, that's going to be a big what if when it comes to box office success. What if Mulan came out in normal times?
If Avatar, wow, that was weird. If Avatar, if
in
Avatar
a
2
fucking
comes
bedroom.
out and it's as good as the first one, does it start to enter like Star Wars original trilogy, Lord of the Rings, like territory?
Sure. I mean, if Avatar 2 comes out and it's good, if it's as good as the first, yeah, you got two. I mean, whatever you want to say about the first Avatar, it's still an influential movie.
I think it was an amazing movie.
And it's still, I think, okay. So if the second one comes out and it's better than the first, like if there's an actual story,
Yeah.
then definitely.
You see Teddy fucking incognito going into the theater on the Avatar re-release before Avatar 2 comes out.
I'm in China.
All right, that's it. That's it for the stories.
We did it?
Yeah, no, we got through it. Now it's time for fan questions.
Hell yeah.
That's for the fan to decide.
Yay! People, you call up to the show, you better be ready. That's what you're supposed to do. Sitting there arguing and you're trying to spell your name and all of this other stuff. It's not your show, it's my show. I'm giving you the opportunity to speak your mind. Don't call up here unless you got something to say.
Yeah, I have the biggest bruise on my ass.
I don't have a bruise, but there's a bone bruise somewhere.
I fucking ate shit so goddamn bad. I was going off to the side. You know, like sometimes you can make like your own little paths in the side.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So I went in and my board hit like this ice patch, and I just shot forward and right on my ass.
I think every time Pete went into those patches, he fell. Every single time he went up there.
This kid Ted, he goes off a jump. He goes up 2 jumps, falls both times, skis all over the place. Him fucking just spread out, and like I had to like right in the landing zone. So you have people coming, jumping. I'm like, wait. Next time we go down, I see Teddy go for the jump. I see him say, nope. And he goes off to the side.
Yeah, I turned last second. I was like, I'm not doing this.
You see this little kid do a fucking 800.
Yeah, that pissed me off too.
That does piss me off when
And the
kids just
snowboarders
fucking
come
rip it.
down doing like crazy tricks. Give me a break.
This question here from Noah at nross37. After watching the Snyder Cut, is Zack Snyder a good director? And do you hope he gets another shot at another superhero movie, specifically an MCU movie? To me, one good movie doesn't make you a good director. That's just for me. I mean, that's no secret. I don't think he's a good director. I like Snyder Cut, and I think people that aren't good directors have made good movies in the past. So does it prove? I think it proves that, for me, it proves that he should be making miniseries. I would not mind a Zack Snyder Batman Court of Owls miniseries. But I doubt that I'm ever going to be someone who considers him to be a good director.
He's capable.
Yes. And every now and then, what do they say about broken clocks, man?
Get new
Can't
batteries.
fix them?
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like the studio interferes a lot with Marvel, but what differs from Marvel and the DC is that this Marvel studio, I feel like, know what they're doing, I guess.
Well, the way people talk about Marvel now is as if Feige's directed all of it. Every
Yeah.
decision is always attributed to Feige now. Oh, Feige did this. Feige messed up Evans's ending. Feige, made this decision, brought in this casting, and
I think it's a very interactive process, but there are certain beats that you need to hit to make sense in the larger universe. So I think it's something where, like Ragnarok, I feel like Taika Waititi, that's him all over the place. So it could be something where it's like, hey, we have to include Hulk in this movie, and we have to be here with these characters by the end of it.
Feige's the one
But
making
now
sure they hit all the beats.
Fill in the blanks.
exactly. Yeah, DC just doesn't have that guy. They don't, and that's not like a formula. Marvel didn't hire Feige to be their cinematic universe guy. He's the first one. He's like Sherlock, where he just created the job. So now it's like maybe other studios will do that one day. Get their lore guy to tie everything together. DC just doesn't have that.
But yeah, like we said before, I want to see another Snyder Cut Snyder movie within Justice League. Yeah,
I'm excited for that zombie movie, especially after Snyder Cut.
if he hits on that, is he a good director?
Maybe he's a good director if he gets that zombie movie going.
So you have 300 Watchmen.
Hell yeah. Well, hold on. This question here, I can't say the username because the font, I can't read it. But at Awakening Beauty. Question 1, why haven't you guys gone to therapy yet? Good question.
It wouldn't last.
2, what's your most hated film? Mine is Synecdoche, New York. And 3, in the books, what signs do you think there are to Super Mad Queen Dany? You guys keep saying she's gonna go mad, and I gotta know why. Or if it's just because of the show. Well, most hated movie, Synecdoche, New York. I like Synecdoche, New York. Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yeah, you do.
Charlie Kaufman. It's very weird. I think you would like it, Teddy. That's a Teddy movie.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Thinking of Anything director.
Really?
Yeah, similar themes,
I don't know
similar
if my
style.
brain can handle it. Wait, didn't Ryan Coogler direct that? Was that his name? Ryan Coogler? No. What? Who's Ryan Coogler? Why the hell did Ryan Coogler come to my head?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Who directed I'm Thinking of Anything.
Charlie Kaufman.
Ah.
I just mentioned him.
Where did
Ryan Coogler
who's Ryan
directed
Coogler?
Black Panther.
I don't know why Ryan
Creed?
Coogler came to my head.
Fruitvale Station.
Let's see.
What's your most hated movie, Teddy?
I don't even know. Have I ever hated a movie?
Yeah, I don't know if I've...
What makes you hate a movie?
Assassin's Creed, I really do hate that movie. I hate that movie for what it did to me, what it took from me.
Yeah.
Oh, The Last Airbender.
Very hateable.
Yeah.
Universally hated, some would say. He brought the world together for hating him.
Lucky they didn't ruin the TV series.
I mean, Daenerys going crazy, I think it's foreshadowed pretty well in the books.
There's certain aspects to it, but I just think it's such a big, such a massive plot point that the show would have to have knowledge of in order to execute on that way.
Yeah,
So
they're
if
not
that
gonna
doesn't
do that.
happen in the books, then I just can't see something that huge for a character being put in the show when that's not George's plan at all.
And we're not done with it. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Daenerys hasn't reached that point yet. She still is very much someone trying to be a hero in the books. She hasn't snapped yet. She hasn't given up on that.
Oh yeah, her snapping didn't happen yet. Yeah. I was gonna say, what are you talking about? She burned down a whole.
Yeah, it's not going to happen over
whole
the
city.
course of a few episodes. Where the books, that would be, like a few chapters. I imagine Winds of Winter, we're going to start, especially now because we know what's coming. You're going to start to see things that you maybe wouldn't have picked up on in the past really stand out when you're reading them.
I hate Rise of Skywalker. The more I think about it, I don't think it's a bad movie.
You also, I remember you came out of it not hating it,
I don't hate it.
but you
I mean,
hate
I
it for
don't-
what it is.
I don't think it's a bad movie, and I can enjoy it, but I hate it for the same reasons.
Yeah, it's mediocrity is just annoying.
It is fucking so annoying.
That's the end of the Star Wars fucking franchise. It was just people aren't even upset about it, They're just tired. They're just tired.
Probably happy it's over.
What was the first? Oh, therapy? Yeah. I don't know. Probably should. This is my therapy.
That
Nah,
explains a
I
lot.
think
Not fucking helping.
I think this just solidifies more between me and you.
What do you mean?
Like it makes it worse.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Right.
It's not helping.
This
I'm
question
agreeing
here
with
from
you.
Paddington San,
Bitch.
at a non-golden goose. If you had to live anywhere else in the U.S., where would you choose?
Canada.
Canada, yeah.
Switzerland.
That's just so perfect.
I don't know.
Vermont.
You know how nice Switzerland is? The views?
The question was America, though.
Why'd you say Canada? It was a joke, Ted.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it's funny, because we both jokingly said Canada, and then your brain switched the question to in the world, and you said Switzerland.
I heard if you
Nice.
can live anywhere other than America, where would you live?
Of course you did.
So what was the question?
If you had to live anywhere else in the U.S., where would you choose?
You said that? The first time you said that?
It's even better for the listeners, just to hear this happening. Like,
I get
the way that you try and gaslight
What's
us,
happening right now is what really happens in real life.
You've never, all the time. And that's the funny thing, is that you've never been successful at gaslighting us.
It's true.
You always lose.
I mean,
Hawaii.
like if I was like, yeah, like if I was like
Hawaii is a
financial,
fucking cheat code.
if it's like like
really-
finances out of the picture, like L.A., Hawaii,
LA.
like what?
Fuck LA.
What are you, big East Coast guy?
Yeah, I like the East Coast. I don't like LA. I don't like what they represent.
A lot of people in California outside of LA don't like LA, and I just assume they're all jealous. But I hear
Could be
LA's
too.
overrated.
Just like weather-wise,
Right.
San Diego has the best weather. It's like
No.
75 and sunny every day.
San Diego's hot as shit.
San Diego is like 75 and sunny every day, isn't it?
I think it's more southern than L.A.
No, San Diego, they're both Southern California.
Yeah, but I
I
think
think
San
it's
Diego's.
San Diego's like,
Just check the weather right now, San Diego.
I'm talking about like summer.
I would like to live in Vermont
That's not a bad choice.
or
Cold
Wyoming.
winter. Utah's in like Park City would be sweet.
I like the cold. Sleep with the windows open. I tried to tell you guys I'm a Stark. I don't know about you guys.
It's
Yeah.
63 in San
If
Diego.
you're
right
really
now.
a Stark, you'd be dead already. All our lives would be easier. What?
I hope.
It's 63 in San Diego right now. It's gorgeous.
It's 63 here today.
It's 50 today.
It was 60.
This question here from Joe at Joe_Kenobi.
It's 60 today.
Seeing as it's Angelo Badalamente's birthday, Twin Peaks revisited? Question mark. Happy birthday to the GOAT.
I was listening to Laura Palmer's theme yesterday.
Were you driving around blasting it, or were you normal?
Not normal.
You're weird. You're a weird guy. You
It
know
came
what?
on and I was already cruising. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let this ride out.
That's how I know that there's something deeper there. There's
What?
depth to your character. The quirks.
I'm just waiting for like someone to pull up and be like, "Oh, is that Twin Peaks?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then budding friendship.
And that's how I met my wife.
Would Twin Peaks be
That's
too
how I
much
met
for
your
me?
mother.
No, I don't think so. I think you can handle Twin Peaks. That's the thing. If you enjoyed I'm Thinking of Ending Things, there's not much that's going to be too much for you,
Okay.
truthfully.
Right. It's
You may not like it, but I wouldn't be
he's
too
not gonna be able to
worried.
get past the '90s thing.
Right, actually, the third season you would prefer way more than the first two, because the first two kind of starts out, it's very dated. It is very dated, but it's intentionally done that way, because he presented it as a comedic soap opera, and then it just turns into something completely different. But they never really go away from kind of those. It's like a quirky homage to soap operas and that style of television.
You lost me.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
No, he's
Once
not
I
going.
said dated, I lost him. Yeah, you're like, I didn't hear a fucking word after we die.
I was just nodding my head the whole time you were talking. Homage,
Texting
yes.
Elena to buy a house in California. We're moving. Homage, sure. Oh man. This question here from Max at Jack and Curry. How often do you guys think about Game of Thrones? I still think about it almost every day. Pretty much.
Think about it a lot. It's hard. It's something that was like in my life for fucking
It took you over.
10 years now. Jesus Christ.
This fucking plane's been flying around here for 10 years.
This question here from Nick Hollister at Nick Hollister 99. What fictional mythological animal would make the best pet companion?
Dragon. But
A centaur.
like a cool dragon.
A cool centaur.
I'm gonna go with the lion cat from.
Wait, isn't a centaur
He's a half man, half horse.
So you want
can
a
talk
half
to my
man,
horse as I'm-
half horse companion?
Yeah, I can ride around
That'd be a
talking to my
little
horse.
weird. I wouldn't want to have conversations with a centaur.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what's going on there. I don't want to know how he's functioning, how it's working.
You gonna ride him? You gonna ride
Yeah,
him?
you gotta ride him and shit.
Well, when you say it like that,
Like you gotta shave his chest for him.
well, I'm just thinking of like we're out in the West and
What about a Minotaur? It's the opposite.
So you're a cowboy. You're a cowboy with a
Centaur horse.
Yeah, we're just chatting it up, and he's someone to pass the time with.
Do it with a dragon. You have like a connection, or a direwolf. That'd be sweet. But I'm a warg.
I want the lion cat from Saga. It's a comic book.
It's like
And
cat dog.
No, it's a.
Yeah, I changed my answer. I want cat dog.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
I've talked myself into it.
Or Winslow.
Winslow would be funny. No, but lion cat is just a cat that knows if people are lying.
Oh, so he's not a half lion, half cat.
No, he just says lying if you're lying.
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, nice little lie. Well, if it's for other people and for you too. He keeps you in check.
I
But
wouldn't
it's
like
good
that.
for other people. If you're a detective, where were you?
I'd be screwed if I was
Yeah,
around
no,
you.
lion cat would be all over you. Lying.
He'd be on my ass.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a she or a he. Good comic book. We got another question here from Teach. Why haven't you put out a Twin Peaks Revisited? Seems like Aaron is a big enough fan.
Yeah.
My fault.
I am the original Twin Peaks fan of this channel, so we're trying to learn how to play Loris Palmer's theme on the piano. Not easy.
He's the original. You look like Superman.
This guy Teddy's over here.
Who are you talking about?
When
He's trying to
Dennis-
figure out who was the Twin Peaks fan first.
No, when Dennis dyes his hair.
What the fuck are you talking about? Always Sunny?
Yeah, because you said he's the original, so I thought of Dennis when he said that. Because D says you look like Superman. Oh, that's good. Yeah, he's the original, right?
The way your mind works is an enigma. This question here from Shane at Shane Lisa. Who are y'all's top 3 actors you'd like to see in the MCU? And who would you like them to play? No one. I want all unknowns. I want 3 unknowns playing 3 random characters.
You're big on that.
I know. It's ridiculous, but I'm sticking to it. I don't want any more famous people.
Michael Shannon, John David Washington, and I don't know, Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo?
She got divorced from A-Rod. That stinks.
Yeah, she's back on the market. That's huge.
You think you got a shot?
Give me an hour with her. That's all I need.
I wouldn't even know what to talk to her about.
Give me an hour with my beard shaved.
If I won like a win a date with J-Lo type thing, what do you say? Hi, I'm Aaron. I really don't like do much.
So
You're J-Lo.
you're a singer, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I heard you act and sing. That's interesting.
She does it all.
Yeah, she really is a wonder. Remember that halftime show?
Oh, her and Shakira. How can you forget?
Haven't.
A-Rod's going to be watching that with a tub of ice cream for the rest of his life.
He's gonna be the Leo meme. Look at the
Yeah, I was once engaged to
TV.
her. Like, all right, A-Rod, it's just Jeter. It's okay. And Jeter's hot wife. This question here from Spencer, 27.
I mean, I'm sure
Golden State.
A-Rod. She's still fucking A-Rod. but
Maybe if he's
I think
kissing
he
himself
peaked.
in the mirror.
I think he peaked with J-Lo.
Yeah, no, I think that it was such a. He's had such a great last 3 years, really fixing his image. He's become the baseball commentator, married, engaged to J-Lo, family man,
He had a good run.
comeback story. And now it's, you're on the way back down. Hopefully he doesn't fall as far as he fell the last time, but I think
I'm thinking he marries someone else now. He'll get back up onto the pedestal.
that is so huge for your image, man. Celebrity relationship.
Oof.
Yeah, A-Rod and J-Lo. That was a big thing.
Yeah, it's good for marketing, good for branding.
You see her rock? You see that rock she had from A-Rod?
Oh, this is The Rock.
Yeah, I thought you just transitioned to something about The Rock.
No, you ever see the rock that she had from A-Rod? I think it was the size of my palm.
Right. I wonder who I
Love
guess she
those.
has to give that back, right?
It's up to her.
I think when you're
can't
that rich, it
imagine
doesn't
that.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right?
I saw a meme. It was like she's collecting rings like Thanos.
Oh boy.
What about Ben Affleck? He went from J-Lo to what's her name? Jennifer Gardner.
Right, but Ben Affleck was still acting in movies,
Mhm.
still a young man. A-Rod's a retired baseball player,
That's
A
true.
lot of his relevancy recently came from being J-Lo's fiance. Couldn't think of the word there.
I want to see Channing Tatum as a superhero.
You already played one in
I
Magic
think
Mike.
he'd be good as Gambit.
He
This
almost
question
had it.
here from Spencer 27 Goldenstein at Spencer _Golds. What would Tony Stark's wolf name? What would Tony Stark's wolf name be if he were Ned Stark's son?
Jarvis.
Gadget.
Friday.
Peter. Pepper.
Yeah.
Tony Stark with Little Pepper.
Oh.
Teddy, you don't have any funny name suggestions?
I had one, but it wasn't that funny, so I didn't say it.
Say it.
No.
Yeah. Answer the question.
It's not that funny.
But answer the question. If fan asks a question, you're not going to answer it.
Try hard? I don't know.
You should have kept that to yourself.
I tried to. That's why I didn't say anything.
Doesn't even make sense though.
He's a tryhard.
But why would he name his next question, please?
He named his dog Tryhard.
Isn't it about him? You said what would,
yeah, it's
what
a
would his...
horrible name for a wolf. Like, come here, Tryhard.
Oh, it's the wolf's name.
Something
I thought it was his... I misread the question. I
So he'd be
misread
Tryhard Stark?
I misheard the question.
Lord Tryhard?
That does sound some Westerosi-ass name though. Lord Tryhard of the Trident.
Yeah, with George, it would be like spelled
Yeah.
Trihad. Tryhard.
Tryhard.
You coming around on it?
No.
After I just fucking workshopped it. Just made a fucking...
You made the name?
This question here, final question from Zach Thoughts at Thoughts_Zach. If you could own one fictional weapon, what would it be?
Death Star.
That is, yeah, that makes you the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah. Good luck. But I'm not going to be a dick about it.
You have to use it for something. There's really the only thing you can really use the Death Star for is either destroying planets or as a deterrence against your world domination.
Yeah, I'm just going to be on Earth and I'm going to have it like in this like, you know.
Like an app on your phone.
No, like
Control
I'm
like that.
living in the Death Star.
Oh.
Yeah, I got the throne room and everything. You know, invite people over
Seems
for parties
lonely.
and everything. No, it's gonna be popping.
Oh, it's gonna have like a million. Well, it could, yeah, it could have.
Well, I'm gonna like
millions of
sell like
people.
real estate on it. It's gonna be like condos and everything. I'm gonna really juice up the place. And you know,
Pools, spas.
if anyone comes to fuck with Earth, you get lasered.
Oh, so you're Earth's savior.
Yeah, I'm Earth's mightiest hero.
You don't. But would you position yourself as Earth's emperor?
No, too much stress.
You just inherit that though with the
Yeah,
Death
it's just
Star.
a title. Everyone else is still doing the stuff. It's just you.
You're just
you know,
there.
You can
No, well, you know, I'm just gonna vibe up there.
power. I guess I'm very just power hungry.
You could be.
Because I like the idea of the Death Star as me becoming.
You know, I'll use it to my advantage. You know, meet someone at the bar. You know, be like, oh, where do you live? I'll come outside. Look up.
Oh, this is when you're back on Earth.
Yeah.
Back on track. Okay.
No, I come back. I
You
come
park
back
it,
and
so
forth.
it's like.
I visit my parents,
Yeah.
visit my friends.
I was just gonna say the ray gun from Zombies.
That's whack.
Yeah, no. All you can really do is just kill people with it.
Yeah.
It's not really much to do with it.
I like Stormbreaker.
You can't pick that up.
Why?
It's not worthy.
It's my weapon.
First of all, you're not worthy,
It's my weapon.
and you still have to be. The rules of the weapon still apply.
All right, then Cap Shield.
There's,
You're not good with angles.
I'm not
though.
going to do much with it. I'm going to end up selling it. So.
and that's also the thing. Cap shield doesn't. It's not like possible to use it the way the Cap uses it. So you're just kind of walking around with a big ass shield.
So you
Probably
think-
heavy?
So you think you know what you're doing in the Death Star? Like you think you
Well,
know
you
the
inherit
mechanics
the
of the
team.
Death Star?
You inherit the scientific team.
Yeah, I got people.
Well, I didn't pick apart yours, so
You can't pick apart mine. Mine's flawless. I just live in the Death Star.
me just wanting a shield is not flawless.
You know what? Elder Wand.
You can't have that. You gotta be worthy for the wand, don't you?
You have to be worthy for the wand.
You don't
wand
have to,
chooses
you don't
you.
have magic.
You have to own it.
No, the
magic
wand
comes
chooses
with
you.
the wand.
Yeah, you guys can't compare with me. I don't think there's any
Ooh,
other.
the ring from Lord of the Rings.
No,
What
I'm
about
not
that?
It's
looking
gonna
for
fucking
absolute-
corrupt you, Ted. You have
Yeah.
no willpower.
You're telling me that's perfect for me.
You're gonna end up like Gollum.
The Death Star is the perfect way for ultimate power.
Why do you want the ring?
But I don't
You can go
necessarily
invisible.
want ultimate power. I just want a cool weapon. You know?
Is there a better
So,
choice than the Death
I
Star?
would say the Ant-Man suit. I would count that as a weapon.
Okay.
Haha, now I'm little.
Tony Stark's suit then?
Yeah,
counts.
no, that's a weapon. That's yeah, fuck, god damn it. You can't work that suit.
Yo,
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening
I don't
to
like
the Nerd
this.
Soup podcast for today, and we will be back later in the week on Friday. But yeah, thank you for listening to this episode. Share it, like it, do all that stuff. Send us your fan questions.
Could have said the Infinity Gauntlet too.
I can't pick that up. You know how sore your shoulder's going to be after that?
yeah, everyone got their shoulders blown off by snapping the fingers.
You need strong shoulders, strong wrists, strong traps.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So,
I got all those.
yeah, no, you were showing them off. I didn't know. I was like, this guy Teddy's got a fucking... He's sitting there with his arms crossed.
Yeah, he was milking it.
I milk everything I got.
Fair enough. See you guys next week.
I'm
Or
going.
the end of the week.
I'm going guns out next time for the rematch.
Do it.
Well, would you look at that? It's finally over. Hey guys, Bo Oliver here for one final send-off. Now, before I beg you guys to like and share this video, I'd like to thank our very special Patreon pledgers. We are very proud of the community we've been able to build here at Nerd Soup, and it would not have been possible without our Patreon supporters. You guys are the true MVPs of this channel. Everything I've said, you keep the fridge full, you keep the lights on. There aren't enough words to thank you guys, but we'll do it anyway. Thank you. And we have a few videos coming up that have been suggested to us by Patreon pledgers. My Hero Academia, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Full Metal Alchemist will be reviewed by Marissa, and yours truly, and Castlevania, which will be reviewed by Marissa and Aaron. And if you'd like to consider donating to our Patreon page, you can visit patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out some of the rewards we offer to our listeners. And really, we'd like to thank everyone who takes the time out of their day to watch our videos. Patreon pledger or not, your support is what keeps us motivated to keep giving the world our opinions on movies and TV shows and video games and pop culture, even though no one asked for it. We're still here, we're still yapping, and we hope you continue to join us. I'm Bo Oliver, and I support this message.